a quiet corner of a busy city park, an old woman sat on a wooden bench, her hands busy knitting a scarf from soft, golden yarn. She came to the park every afternoon, casting gentle smiles at passers-by and watching as children played, joggers ran by, and dogs chased after thrown sticks. One autumn afternoon, a small, scruffy sparrow landed near her feet, chirping softly. The woman, whose name was Mira, noticed the bird's feathers looked slightly ruffled, and its left wing seemed to droop a little. She tossed a few crumbs from her pocket, and the bird hopped closer, gratefully pecking at the offering. "Hello, little one," Mira murmured, her voice soft with warmth. "Seems like you've had a rough day." The sparrow looked up at her with beady, curious eyes, as if it could understand her words. It chirped once more, and Mira felt a pang of empathy. The little bird reminded her of herself, frail, tired, and a bit battered by life. She reached into her knitting bag and pulled out a tiny woven pouch, filling it with more crumbs and seeds. She set it gently beside the sparrow, who eagerly nibbled away. Days passed, and each day the sparrow returned, waiting for Mira on her bench. She started calling him Pip, and Pip seemed to grow braver, fluttering onto her lap and even perching on her shoulder now and then. They shared quiet, cozy afternoons together, and Mira felt her spirits lifting as the little bird chirped and fluttered around her. One morning, Mira woke up with a heavy feeling in her chest. She coughed and felt too weak to get out of bed. So she stayed home, gazing at the yarn she'd been knitting into scarves and hats, feeling an ache that wasn't just from her illness. She thought about Pip and how he would wait at the bench alone, chirping for her. But as the days wore on, Mira couldn't summon the energy to leave her apartment. A neighbor, noticing her absence, began to check on her, bringing warm meals and gentle company. Though grateful, Mira felt a tug of sadness every time she thought of the park. One chilly evening, Mira was startled by a faint scratching at her window. When she looked, her heart skipped. A little sparrow with ruffled feathers was pecking at the glass. She opened the window, and Pip fluttered inside, chirping happily as if greeting a long-lost friend. Mira felt tears prick her eyes. "Oh, Pip, you found me," she whispered. The sparrow hopped around the room, exploring her belongings, before settling beside her on her pillow. Mira felt a warmth she hadn't felt in days as the tiny bird nestled close to her. From that day forward, Pip visited her every morning, chirping softly as if to encourage her to get stronger. Mira found herself laughing and smiling more, even as her strength returned bit by bit. The doctors and nurses who visited marveled at the cheerful sparrow who seemed to guard her bedside, filling the room with life. As Mira's health improved, she finally returned to the park, Pip flitting by her side, hopping from bench to branch, chirping with joy. The other parkgoers were charmed by the sight of the old woman and her sparrow, a pair bound by gentle gratitude and a bond that had grown in quiet, simple moments. In time, Mira grew strong enough to walk through the park on her own, her scarf trailing behind her. But Pip was always there, her faithful little friend, reminding her that even the smallest creatures could bring light and hope when it was most needed. And so, the park became not just a place to pass time, but a sanctuary of quiet gratitude, a place where Mira and Pip found each other, healing and giving each other strength, one small chirp and gentle touch at a time.